Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the SU-130PM. It's a Tier 8 Russian turreted tank destroyer, and a premium one at that. It's located on the southwest board of highway under the command of ineedcoffeedude. Yes, the guy who I actually founded What Arty Noobs with back in 2017. Was it 2016 actually? Yeah, it was 2016. I think we got the dates. Yes, 2017 was when the YouTube channel came out. This is 2016 is when we actually formed. So, yes, he's taken a vehicle out for a while. I think he has been playing the game on and off. And he's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of the SU-130PM. As you know, 13cm gun. It's capable, if I remember correctly, because I haven't got my crib notes in front of me, 520 alpha, penetrating 243mm with a standard AP, and with the heat rounds it'll go up to 320mm. Okay, we've got an enemy spotted over there. Now the thing about the SU-130PM is it doesn't have much armour. In fact, it's virtually non-existent. That's one of the reasons why it's a prime target for Arty, because if you ever see one of these on the battlefield, fairly good chance that you will be able to get a penetrating shot and a huge amount of hit points out of it. So very much worthwhile aiming at one of these. Well, he was spotted. But I don't think the LT-432 could get a shot back in time. Of course, the big worry is that if you do get seen in this one, more than likely any of the enemy tanks are also going to fire in its directions, trying to get some hit points out of you. Now, the bad thing about the turret is that it doesn't turn the whole way round. So if you can get behind an SU-130PM, he's in a whole world of trouble, because he can't shoot behind him. Okay, that's good. Oh, he didn't get the Barask. He'll be kicking himself for that one. God knows where the shell went. That's better. Low roll, but only 486, and he is killed the next shot, so at least he's out of the game. Now there is an enemy tank off to near their cap area. I think we're looking along the line of sight of that charioteer. He's just fired a blind round in that direction to see if the charioteer was still there, but in actual fact he's found a Progetto 46. Go for it. He's tracked. Nice! High roll, 629, and he's out of the game. Okay, scores are fairly even at the moment. There's the charioteer. Remember, that's a Cromwell hull with a very big gun on it, but he's out the game now as well. Still no sign. The enemy's only got one Arty, an SU-14-2. As you know, the school bus is fairly slow, so he's probably still at the enemy cap area. I wouldn't be surprised if we'll get a spotting of him very shortly, sitting in that row of trees right at the back of the enemy cap area. We can only just reach that on our view range, and of course it helps that the CS-52 Liz will be spotting for us. Now the SU-130PM is actually based on a real vehicle, and that's the SU-130PM. But it never actually got built, it was a fake tank, I'm afraid. It actually has the 3rd best alpha out of the tier 8s. It also has good accuracy, a reasonably high top speed as well. It can go 65 kilometers an hour, and that's quite fast. As I said, it can't shoot behind it but it can shoot 77.5 degrees either side of the center line. And that's quite a lot, but it's not really enough to keep you safe if the enemy gets behind you. It also happens to have fairly good gun depression for a Soviet tank, because it's got 7 degrees of gun depression, and that's not bad. But it only has 30 rounds of ammunition, and that's a real game killer for some, because with that such a small amount of ammo, you might find it difficult to take down enemy tanks if you get misses, and I Need Coffee Dude has had a couple of misses so far. Looks like he's going to have to defend the gap against the enemy heavies. He might get the help of the Baltic, but oh, we just saw an AMX M449. That's not the Liberté version, it's the plain clothes version, and here comes the Samur. Okay, now he'll have to wait for the top of the turret, and he got a non-penetration. I was going to say he had to wait for the top of the turret, because only the top of the turret was showing above the ridgeline. But he's going for the Samur this time, and he gets it. 465. It'll be easily punched through the front of the turret on that Samur. Okay, Panther 88 now. Nice one! Low roll again, 491. He's racking up the damage. He's now above 2,000. And trouble now is he has to spot the enemy himself, because he's the only one near the cap who can actually see where the enemy is. And there's the Panther. And he's hiding behind the building. Oh, looks like our Arty just had a go at him. Our Arty's an FE207, and I think the Renegade knows where he is. Yes, he does. But the Renegade got hit, and he suffers a low roll for 503. I think he took a round from the T-44-100. And there's the kill shot. The standard reload is 13.04 seconds, but you can see I Need Coffee Dude's got it down to 10.8, which is comparable to the Scorpion. Now somebody is in the cap area, and it's the Samur, I think. Is it? No, it's not. Oh, that's not good at all. In fact, it looks like it's the Panther 88 that's in the cap. Got a guard over there, but he's blocked from getting into the cap. There's the capper. And he's out the game, and a high roll for 537. So that's 2 kills for I Need Coffee Dude. And he's now got up to 3.3k. There's still 5 enemy tanks out there to kill. The guard's the other side of that ridgeline. We can't hit him from here. Now the enemy does have an SU-130PM. They do still have their Arty, but what they've also got is a Baltic and a Scorpion G. I guess if you think about it, the guard is probably their most difficult tank to kill at the moment, because he's got fairly heavy armor, but he is a medium tank. But he could have and should have the 122mm gun, which means he's capable of doing 390 alpha. Here he comes. Nice low roll, but only by 1 hit point. We did take a low roll from him from the 122, and he's out the game. And look, Arty fire one in, and now we can see the enemy SU-130PM, and unfortunately our T-44-100 is almost out of hit points, and now he's out the game. Well, the Scorpion takes another high roll for 537, but of course he's got a very long reload as well, and we're just about to get reloaded, and well, he does get 1 round into us, leaves us a 1-shot, but the Scorpion took a hit, and we're both in reload at this moment. So who gets the first hit? Yep, And, oh, that could have been nasty. The Arty did fire where ineedcoffeedude was, but he's not there now. He's moved back. Okay, and that means now it's 1 versus 3. The Borsig, the SU-130PM, and the SU-14-2. And they don't know where we've moved to. Now, the SU-130PM was spotted, so he's probably headed this way, but he doesn't know exactly where we are. So ideally, we want to stay behind the trees, wait for them to get close, and then get a really good hit to strip away their hit points, and then immediately, there he is, he's coming. Get ready. Nice. And a kill shot. Oh, that was a, I think that was a Amarak, or it doesn't show as an Amarak. But he actually got 724 hit points from one shot. There's the Borsig. He takes another high roll for 532. That 724 shot must have been a max roll. Pretty certain it was a max roll with 520 alpha. Okay, go for it. Wait for it, wait for it. He's got a vehicle behind him. Nice one! He aimed for the part that was exposed and he got him. Borsig doesn't have much armor again, so he's easy to kill. Here we go. And he gets the kill shot. And now it's just ineedcoffeedude versus a school bus. And I reckon that school bus is probably on his way over, but if he is, he's very, very slow. And he's not going to get here in a hurry. It could be that the school bus will stay near his cap and wait to ambush, but he didn't fire at us when we were firing at the Borsig, mainly because he couldn't see where we were. ineedcoffeedude was using the bush mechanic to make sure that the enemy didn't spot him. It might be as he's going across the battlefield, he'll see the school bus in the distance. Good idea to stick to the road. He's got a 360 meter view range in the SU-130PM. The school bus, well, it's not quite that far. Be nice if he could finish the game with a kill. He's got 5 already. He'll get a top gun if he gets it, and he has got 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might have a high caliber already. Oh, there he is! He did stay at the cap. Oh, and he missed with that first shot. Doesn't matter, he's got 8 rounds of heat left. So the school bus is going to go down to the next shot. And it's a win. Guns up. Celebrate. You did it. Here's the end of battle stats of that game, and it was an ace tanker for ineedcoffeedude in the SU-130PM. He managed to get a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, in fact he managed to get 10, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and it was a huge score as well, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. And just look at that win rate, 22,842, which is super unicum and quite a bit more, so incredibly well done. Let's have a look at team score. Oh my gum, he monstered the others in this game. Look at that, 7,294 hit points to ineedcoffeedude. Of course, he got the 2 medals. And on top of that, the next highest scorer only had less than half the amount he did, and that was the Smur SM with 3,092. He must have had a fairly busy day in the town. And 2,802 went to the Renegade on the enemy team as well. Their school bus actually managed to get a Confederate in that game, so he did earn the medal, and that will bump up his score. When it came to kills. He managed to get 6. The next high scorers were the T-44-100 on his own team and the Renegade on the enemy team. Both had 4 kills apiece. 3 kills went to the enemy SU-130PM. And when it came to base XP, look at that one, 2006. At least I think that's 2006. If my eyesight is letting me down again, yes, I'm getting blind as I get old. Yeah, 2006 was the base XP. The next high scorer being the CS52 Liz, who managed 983, and after that the T-44-100 with 930. ineedcoffeedude fired 23 rounds in the game, got 18 direct hits and 16 penetrations. That means he actually had 7 rounds left at the end of the game. 1 splash damage on the enemy as well. 7,294 hit points of damage in total, of which 1,395 were at more than 300 meters. Those were the long range shots he did on the Progetto and the Charioteer. 2 hits received, both penetrations. I'm afraid one of them was quite big. That was the, in fact, both of them I seem to recall were from the Scorpion. And, well, he couldn't avoid those because of the duel that he was having with the Scorpion at that particular moment. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 11 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed, 1,316 hit points of damage assistance, and 24 defense points by resetting the gap. On a free-to-play account, he earned 127,566 credits from the game, 30,000 for completing the mission and events, 157,566 credits altogether. And after repair, ammunition respire and consumables, and yes, he did have to fire premium arrows towards the end because he didn't have any other rounds left. He'd used up all the standard AP and the HE, so there was nothing left to fire. He had to use the heat, but he still made a profit of 93,013 credits in the game. 30 bonds for the mission achievement, 2005 base XP, 8,024 for completing a mission, 134 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 10,164 experience points altogether. So the SU-130PM, based on the SU-100PM hull, let's have a look at the armor profile. Yeah, it's thin. Look at this, 20mm armor at the front. It's so thin, it's paper thin. It's only really designed to stop small arms fire. 6mm on top of the engine deck there. You can see the shield around the gun, 6mm. In fact, there is no shield for the crew because basically they're hunkering down in the open next door to the gun. And yes, even at the rear of the vehicle, it's only 15mm there, 8mm there. So it's a very, very easy to penetrate vehicle, no problem at all. But let's have a look at the modules and see where they are. Okay, here's the module map, and you can see its transmission right at the front of the vehicle and leads to the engine, who's right in the center, and the fuel tank is right to the left of that. So as you're looking at it, it's on the left hand side for the fuel, right hand side is where the driver's located, and he's in the compartment next to the engine, so it must be fairly noisy for him. At the back, if you're looking at the gun, you can see on the right hand side we've got the gunner, on the left hand side we've got the commander, who's also got the radios in front of him, and behind both of those are to the 2 loaders, and you can see they're standing up in the rear, and the ammo rack is in that big box, that little bustle at the rear. Yeah, if you want to make this thing go bang, you aim for that little bustle thing at the rear, and you'll probably take it out and get an explosion. But because it's open, this vehicle, HE works incredibly well. So if you fire an HE round at this, more than likely get a pen, get a high roll, or at least quite a few hit points off it, more than you would for the standard AP. But if you want to get the ammo rack, just aim for that back bit with an armor piercing, and it'll go straight through, no problem at all. So there you go. That's where all the modules are on the SU-130PM. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.